Suzanne here, and this is, again, I'd say, I guess, part 2 of the beginning to begin the intuitive development courses. Just a way to get y'all's ret to go, and to start practicing and playing with our senses, right? So I just did the one on clairvoyance, and now for clairaudience. So the hearing, our intuitive hearing. So like with the vision, where I had you, we're practicing and playing, by seeing with our eyes closed, right? We have the ability, and I should put this in the first one too, but throwing that out there that, people who've never seen, when they have the ability to see things, or they have seen things when they're like, oh yeah, I knew what this looked like, and I recognize it, even though they've never had vision for whatever reason, and then suddenly their vision is restored, or comes to them, and after all, for years, decades, whatever, and they're just imagining what things look and feel or look like, I guess, since if they're blind. But they come in and they can identify things. They can identify people by their energy, so they know right who to look for, even though they've never seen their faces. So it's pretty miraculous that we have this ability. So we are kind of interchanging our senses. So again, so working with the ears today. So you want to work with our intuitive ears. So if you can plug off, hold your ears, put in plugs, whatever, and what do you hear? If your ears are plugged, so I'm talking, and hopefully I'm not yelling. I'm probably yelling. I feel like I gotta start yelling. So when I close my ears, what do I hear? When I'm not yammering, I feel the sound, right? And a lot of people who are deaf, they sense that. They know music because they can feel it. They can feel the beat. A lot of them will put the speakers to the floor or however, or touch the speakers and feel the sound, feel the beat. So what are we doing? We're feeling sound. That's a simple one. But also, what are we hearing? So, or what else are we hearing, I should say. So holding that in that silence, get it as silent as possible. Most earplugs and things don't blow out all the sound, but if you have some great canceling headphones or whatever, sometimes it's really uncomfortable for me to be in complete silence when it's like going to a closet, because I've done audio recordings for people for meditations and things, and I'll go in my closet because it's very quiet, or in the bathroom where there's just enough of an echo, but I can't hear anything else. So it comes through different on the recording. But it's like, what else do you hear? Do you hear sounds, people talking? Do you hear birds, even though you're in a, say, soundproof booth, right? Because I've done that where I'm in the closet and I think I hear, or I do hear things, right? And where is it coming from? Is it coming from outside of you? Is it coming from within you? Is it coming from, so our little sound parts are a little above and behind. Let me see if I can find. So where your ears, if you go up on your skull, there's going to be little indentions you'll find. So mine are right there. Can you see? I don't know. So it's a little above and a little back. So kind of at the point, but in the back. So that's about the area for most of us for our intuitive hearing. So when we're hearing spirit, when we're hearing information, sometimes it depends on how you pick up your intuitive info. Mine kind of is all encompassing now, so it's just kind of there. So location wise, mine tends to be more on the right. But so if it's spirit communicating or whatever, it comes in more so here. But when we're listening for something specific, when we're practicing, again, this is just a way to practice enhancing your intuitive hearing, your clairaudience. So it's picking up all the little subtle sounds. Even though our ears are plugged, we can still hear the vibration. Like I've got my rife machine sitting here. So the frequencies, we can hear, excuse me, we can hear the frequencies. By feeling them, we feel the sound. We feel the frequencies. We feel people. So say you're in your little closet, soundproof, but you feel when someone comes home, right? If you live with other people, even though you don't hear the door, you don't hear a voice, you know when they came through, or when they came through the door, or whatever, or when they came down the hallway. Even if you're not hearing with your ear, you're sensing that. Okay? So practicing with that. This one seems a little more difficult, but it's really not. Also, is your brain going? Are you talking to yourself? Are you hearing your own voice in your head going, okay, this is crazy. This chick's weird. What? It's like, I don't hear anything. I hear myself breathing. That's the other thing. Okay, do you hear your breath? Do you hear your heartbeat? Not just, do you feel it or do you hear it? Or both? Haha, that's a good one. Because yeah, you'll feel that pulsing. Usually, especially if you're holding your ear, you're going to feel that pressure and you'll start to get that pulse. But also you'll hear it. It's not just because it's in the ear. There's that process. It's using your feeling and the hearing together, or using the feeling to hear. Using your body's senses. So it's all about enhancing each sense by sensing it with something else. Right? Am I making sense? Ramble. But play with that this week. Try going into silence and see what you hear. See what you hear within. See what you hear outside of. See what you hear through your intuitive ears. Your little ear chakras up here. And play with that. Enhance that so that when we are having conversations with someone and they're saying words, we're hearing what they're meaning, right? We're hearing what they're thinking, not just the actual words that are coming out of their mouth. We're picking up on other information. We're hearing it, we're seeing it, we're feeling it, we're sensing it. And we want to enhance all of our literal senses so that it enhances our intuitive senses. So play with that one this week. Yay. So now we've got the visual and the audio. So we'll see what's next. So have a beautiful hearing week.